Hi friends, welcome to Andy Bricks and a look at set 10318. I believe I could have had this built for 2 years and have been meaning to review it over those 2 years, but have not got around to it. But I brought this 6 months ago and I said I wouldn't build this until I'd done something with the Concord. One, because I just don't have the room to display both aircrafts, and that's about it. Fantastic box. I think I paid $330 for this. Was available through department store after Lego had had it for 3 months or so. So I brought it, I think it came out in September 23, and I would have brought it around Christmas 2020, yeah, the start of 24, I guess. So it's possible that I've had this for 2 years sitting up on my, over there, where you would have seen it from time to time as I've scanned my room and shown you it. Now, fantastic box art, shows you everything you need to see. Looks like the actual set. I don't know whether they were doing, because a lot of it today is renderings, and this doesn't look like a rendering, but the renderings are so great you wouldn't know. We're at 102 centimeters long, so it's very large. It's almost like a small guitar. if you you know, with the wingspan, excuse me, and everything. I'd actually got about halfway through reviewing this and I accidentally pushed pause, and because I don't know how to edit two videos together, I'm back at the start. So let's get on with it. There is some nice art around this set, and that picture being one of them. Just a fantastic look. The engine's burning, and we have this nice little slither at one end of the box, and nothing at the other, just blackness. And nice blue highlight there, which is the blue of the Concord's part of its painting. Now, I didn't really want to go through the instructions, but there is something worthy of seeing if you haven't seen a review of this set yet. And it's just talks about everything to 1 second, I'm not sure what light is from where. That's better. So feel free to pause and have a read of this if it's clear enough for you. I am having trouble seeing that. It's a blur to me because my glasses just aren't good enough, but hopefully that is readable. If it isn't, try and find well, anybody else that's reviewed this will have done a better job than me by far, and it's worth a read. So if that was clear, pause on it please and have a look. Now we have the nose cone here, which comes up and down. It drops so that the pilots can see the runway on landing and takeoff. But I don't know what they call this part actually. I should have looked that up. This comes up so that it can travel at, you know, Mach 1 and 2 without creating too much drag, and that's what's going on there. This is such a beautiful thing. I would have loved to have seen one in real life. I don't know if any ever did land in New Zealand. Now, one thing, when I was building this, I didn't expect this, but after watching several reviews, I was surprised to see the different amount of different whites in the build, which I hadn't noticed in people's reviews, just because they were dumping so much light onto it. But I don't have that high quality lighting, and you can see it. But yeah, I shouldn't have been surprised, because we all know that, you know, there's different batches of plastics, and this happens. You know, I've seen it through several large sets where, you know, colours change, and they can be quite... the worst one I've had was the 2007 MTT. The different browns in that build were just phenomenal. But I think we've got something like 3 to 4, maybe 5 possibly different colours of white throughout the it's mainly in the wing that it shows. I'm going to try and show you the rear of it here. The engine's one doesn't look lit because I don't have light on it, but I will endeavour to... Oh, come on, Statue of Liberty. So that's it there. I was surprised to find that the rear rudder actually splits in half and acts as an air brake, which makes sense, but I had no idea that that happened until I built this. So that was an exciting little piece to find out. And one of the greatest things about this was the landing gear. Now, the landing gear is operated via this here. Let's see if I can get a bit more light on that there. Sorry, that was not in view. So the landing gear is done. If I push it right into the corner, can we see that on the camera? This little, is it the aft? The rear of the craft. This little cone piece here is what you turn to operate the landing gear. Now, I do have... Oh, there's one other little thing to see here, and it's this tiny little wheel that you got to sort of get your nail in there and flick it out. It's a little bit tricky to get. There we go. So that little piece comes down sorry, no one saw that. So that little wheel there comes down to stop the tail part dragging as it's landing. I'm not sure if it's out for lift off or take off, but definitely landing, that assists the back of the plane from touching the runway, which would not be very good at all. Now I'm going to try and show you guys the landing gear. Now I don't know, I should have probably gone back and looked at this. Excuse that noise, I'm just bending my light down. Where is our landing gear? It's in there somewhere, but one side gets hung up and one side drops just perfectly. I'm hoping that I'm on camera here. You just see how one side drops the other and the other doesn't. I'm not sure why. Like I said, I should have possibly where are you? Should have possibly had a look at rebuilding that, because I'm sure that it's not a Lego fault. It's a fault of mine. But absolutely amazing, the landing gear coming down. And while that's happening at the rear, we have that little spindle of a thing dropping at the same time. So let me just wind that back away and you'll see. But yes, that all happens through gearing all the way through the craft to the rear part there. And oh, it's just absolutely, this was absolute pleasure to put together, really was. And very fortunate to own not only one but two, because Lego made a bit of a boo. And I'd ordered one from Lego, and then they told me that they couldn't send it to me after I'd purchased it. Put the money back in my Visa account, and then I saw that they were in Farmers, so I went and brought one from Farmers. And then, lo and behold, they turned around and sent me one anyway. So I've got two of them. Not that I could afford two of them. I actually went into the red and had to pay it off over a little bit of time. Now, the nice thing with this is that this is all printing. So our Concord there is printed. That red there is just brick built, which works perfectly except for that little bit there, and then there's another little bit of print there. But the rest, apart from that little piece there that just doesn't, you know, I don't know why they couldn't overprint and have it, you know, I don't know. Anyhow, oh, and all our windows are a print as well. But they're all the same piece, so, you know, it would have just been easy for them to smash those out. And I'm not sure what those are there, but they're printed as well. And our cockpit window is printed. I'll show you that in a second, because there's no light on it there. But let me just take this off of its stand. Now, it's basically gravity held on the stand. There's no clips or nothing. You just pick it up ever so carefully. And you land it. And it is just sitting. Where's my... I need more lights, obviously. Mind you, half the reason I haven't reviewed this this model is because of the sheer size of it, and I was actually wondering how I was going to get about doing that. But it just sits on this little piece there. Nice little build for the stand. You know, it looks like a bit of wood. That's yucky. Some finger marks there. Yuck. But a fantastic plaque that they printed beautifully for this model. And yeah, it's just So worthy, so worthy. I think the 747 was just as worthy, and it's a shame that they didn't print more stuff on the 747 in the space shuttle, because it's all clear back stickers, and they're just disgusting. I hate them, I really do. I'm not sure what that is there. Something's hit the side of the plane, and it's an odd little mark. Anyhow, let's have a look at this. It's so nice just to wheel around and pretend that you're the pilot and that sort of thing. But it's, have a look at this front piece here, because they made a part, you know, this was specially made for the model. This is a dual molded piece here, and it's absolutely smooth across there, and we've got a white plastic and a clear dark, trans dark, I believe, same as the window screen, which is also printed. But yeah, that's actually, it's trans dark black, I don't know what you'd call it. It's very dark, let's just say that. But it's just fantastic. There's a little bit of play there, but it doesn't matter. It works well. Now there is a little interior to this, and there is a part of it that doesn't have windows. I'm not sure if this has been caught on camera, because my camera is behind me, so I can actually get it on the screen. It's not happening too good for me there. But yeah, which helps you, sort of guides you to where you need to remove this, just to see a slight bit of interior. So this is what they are. They just lots and lots of these, just repeated. One is has little windows and one doesn't, which helps you take it off. You know where to pull it up from. But what we have is a little toilet block with a couple of, I'm not sure what these are, some sort of I don't know what would be in here. Maybe stuff that the hostesses or stewards would access, possibly. But it repeats itself on either side. There's a toilet on each one, which is a cute little build, and we just have that little Technic piece to represent some seats. Now I know that these are very, very narrow. There is not a lot of room inside the Concord because of its slimness, and yeah, it's probably 4 seats across, unlike a lot of aircraft that take people, you can have up to I've been on a DC-10 back in the 70s, and that had 5 seats in the middle, 3 on one window side and 2 on the other. So it was 8, 9, 10, is that right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 seats across the middle. So much wider, most planes. 747 could even be more again than the DC-10, but I'm not sure. But yeah, very narrow and very expensive to fly, and you know, I guess the charging of that would be to help pay for, you know, the small amount of people that they can actually transport on these. I should have had a look and seen how many passengers one of these crafts hold. But it is just absolutely beautiful. It really is. This little wheel at the front is a little bit flimsy, that little one there, but it does its job. And yeah. Oops, don't back it up. Yeah, I don't think it's made to be driven around the floor, you know, like a car or something, but purely for, you know, aesthetics, for, you know, you can have your landing gear down on the stand or have it away. I have it away, but it's such a nice thing to see. Just watching the landing gear come out, it's such fun. And yeah, this really is yeah, it's just not that strong for backing up. Not sure what's going on there actually. I don't think I've seen it do that. Just make sure it's all locked in there. It is. It's just so much weight. Like I say, I don't think it's made to be pushed around on the ground. But there we go. The Concord, absolutely beautiful, masterpiece of engineering and a masterpiece of Lego's brickwork. Just fantastic. I believe this is still available and probably will be for some time. Possibly, you know, it could have a 5-year shelf life. I'm not sure when it will retire or if it will retire. It's so good to see sets hanging around a lot longer than they used to back in the day, which is sort of maybe 2010 on, they started to have a little bit longer shelf lives of some things, but they're even, you know, 2020 and on, the shelf lives are even getting greater. You know, things have been around for a decent amount of time, and that's a good thing, because it, you know, gives you opportunity to get it, you know, on the market opposed to the aftermarket, which just makes things so ridiculously expensive. Now, another thing I didn't know was the shape of this at the front. It's got these little flaps. I'm not sure what they do, but they're there. And I was surprised to see them. And yeah, I'd actually like to know what they do. But yeah, what a fantastic piece of brickwork, and just absolutely amazing. If you can get to a Lego show to see one of these, I'm sure they're still being shown at Lego shows. It really is worthy of having a look. And yeah, I think that's about all we have. I'm pretty sure that's us. So let me just put it back on the stand for you guys and finish that way. What a beauty. Oh, these intakes, something else I wanted to show you that probably didn't come up that well. The intakes on the engines are just fantastic. They really are. There's not a lot to it, and there's a little bit of the arm work that brings the wheels in and out, but just a fantastic thing. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely. My old Milo tin in the background. Sorry about that. Milo. It was a anniversary vintage thing. I collect everything, as you may see around the room from time to time. But that Milo tin was not supposed to be in this review. But there we go. So there we have it, and just taken off or just landing. It's up to you. Or you can, are we all on screen here? Or you can just, you know, have it in flight. Not that I guess it does fly at this angle for a while until it reaches its height. Height of what would you call it? The elevation of where it needs to travel. It probably actually flies higher than other aircraft. That's another thing I should have. Not sure why that wheel one side gets hung up. I need to look at that next time. I will be pulling this to pieces, but I will build it again, no doubt. I'm hoping when I move I will have room to display a few more things, just because might be moving into a bigger property. It looks a little bit droopy from here. I'm not sure if that's showing up, but it looks like a bit of a banana, but that's just the bricks, I guess. I don't know if it's just how I'm seeing it. It looks alright through the viewfinder, but looking at it just over the camera, it looks like it's got a bit of a bend in it. But I'm sure it hasn't. But yeah, fantastic. So this was a new piece that they made especially for this, with their dual moulding abilities. Let me see if I can wriggle it off. No, I don't want to wreck anything for the end of the video. So there we have it. The Concord. Absolutely fantastic. And if you could afford one, I would say do it. And you probably have already if you are an aviator fanatic like myself. I just love aircraft. Absolutely love it. It's just so beautiful, and just such a sleek machine this is. And yeah, it's a shame that we don't have them anymore, but this was old technology, and I don't think they could have brought it up into the technology of today. You know, there would have had to be a full rebuild, because everything was, you know, pre-technology, you know, computer switches, and I'm sure there was some sort of computering on board, but yeah, most of it was just old school, you know, hydraulics, and you know, push the lever forward, and the flaps of work and stuff like that. But yeah, there we go. So thanks for watching if you did and watched it to the end. I'm very thankful for that and appreciate your love and appreciate you all. And yeah, keep loving Lego, and how could you not love that? It's just absolutely fantastic. Even the shadow that it's casting is just, oh, what a shape. It's just absolutely beautiful. I just can't say enough. It makes my mouth almost water with, you know, like it's so yummy. But it's just such a beautiful thing. It really is. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace to you all and stay safe, my friends. And Andy Bricks out.